Hello everyone, it's no time for the radio. Once again, I sincerely thank you all. Viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I'm very grateful for that in the previous section. After I've been caught up in the cycle, lose forever, and then realize, how much do I put in to remove it? It will also fly clean. How many times to swear? I can't get rid of it. So I decided to make a plan. To be able to give up completely, I sat there thinking about a lot of you. I also went to social media channels to find save all the methods. Leave the phone. Let me use the brick phone. I can play on my phone often. Then there's things like, I have to do a lot of things to forget. The thing about gambling, all kinds of things. But I think back and forth. I see it's not really, it's a core method. So I can quit. For example, I think like this. If I had to write, it's a brick. But if I really want to, you guys can still go to the net, let me play it. Or if I've been really busy with a lot of work, I have a lot of things to do, I didn't have to gamble. In general, these are just temporary methods. But in the long run, it's not a good way, so that I can quit completely. And now the truth to you is always, I think a lot, because I'm so afraid of going back in there. I swear today, but tomorrow, I have to continue living in the moments, those feelings, and I don't want that. And I want something. It has to be really radical. I have to give up completely. I didn't take it 3 days and then come back. Then I studied a lot of information. I read a lot of books. After reading a lot of sources, and I realized something like this. I really want to give a tree that is dead. There's only one way. People just root it out. People have saws in any part of the tree. He still has a chance to live. So now that we want to give up gambling, then it's the same. The only way to stop it is to root it out. There's definitely not a single nail anymore, so that it can grow and be reborn again. And of course your hips that you have to root out. If something goes up, it will take time. It's very difficult, but it has to be done. Then we are definitely new. There is enough strength for us to give up. And when we want to do that, then you have to know the main cause. It's what makes us addicted to gambling. It's so hard for us to leave. We commit it this time again, all the time, but we can't let go. So what's the cause of it? After the process of finding out, it turns out that we have 4 reasons. The main thing that makes us can't give up. The first cause, it's when you're gambling. It releases a certain amount of neurotransmitters, dopamine and endorphins. These 2 hormones, they cause a pleasant sense, happy and cheerful. And put it another way, gambling is a raw material. It's a fuel that couldn't be better. So that endorphin is secreted continuously. Continuously, when we are stressed, according to each bet, endorphins are very easily secreted. When we lose a feeling of regret, loss, at this point, endorphins continue to be released from a kind of, it was born to protect you from suffering. That when you're arbitrary, we use it continuously like that. What do you think will happen? It's like you're in pain now, but you keep abusing continuous use of painkillers. Then one day, you will be drugged, and that drug won't work for you anymore. Or as you need to use every day the dose is bigger, and you know what you're using. It's too much. It's going to do a lot of damage to your body. And 2 consequences. When Eropine is constantly secreting like that, 1 is you're like a drug addict. You're going to have to take bigger and bigger doses. It's when you use it continuously, stimulate it continuously. It's very easy to get depressed when you have to stop using it. That's why, explain at Sao, when you play out, you'll always be nervous. Irritating, and irritating. It's easy to think negatively, leading to false results such as theft, suicide, deception, and a second consequence, you're going to play out of control. Win or lose, whatever, as long as you're sitting there playing. This explains the fact that you originally played, but in the end you will lose. Your body needs dopamine right now. It's not about money, guys. You need dopamine for your body to be satisfied. That's why it's so important that you sit around long enough. I can't control myself anymore. And you can learn more about the phenomenon of losing. The second root cause, that's greed, and the luck in gambling. It's called an effect. It means that the AI knows. I also want to get rich quick. The poorer you are, the faster you want to get rich. We want to be quick. Change the reality. This bastard wants to be rich, to be respected by others. The proof is that the current enrichment courses, you grow like mushrooms. At first thought it was absurd, but there are still a lot of people being led to be cheated. Gambling is the same. It always gives you a certain win rate. For example, if you lose 4 hands you say you've lost this hand, you're going to rest. Then you eat again. Then your expectation mechanism will be turned on, and you think that, as you keep fighting, then you will win. You give yourself such a belief, and in that way, you will keep playing constantly, and even when you lose, you will still have a feeling, I'm about to win. And it's going to keep stimulating you to keep playing. And a third reason, I think the reason for this is a lot of people, if you don't take it off, pay the debt. Now, if you go to work, you don't have much obviously money. One thing, the amount saved a day, how much you work in a day, it can't, that's how much money you can gamble. So with this thought, we're going to continue to feed hope through gambling, that I'll be able to take it where they will earn at least some money to pay off debt. And this issue I'm going to talk more detail in a post. Why people shouldn't keep that thought in my head too. And in the range, I don't say much about this. I just listed RA like that. And finally, the ultimate root cause, so that we can continue to engage in gambling. That's it, guys. Usually when you lose gambling, people will fall into a psyche. It's very negative. And in the tower, Maslow's needs are clear. The 2 highest human needs, it's the need to be respected and the need for self. With people who gamble, these 2 needs are even more extreme. They're the ones you're most afraid of being looked down on. Fear of being loved. The family despises. They're afraid to face people and tell people they've lost. They've lost everything. A sudden person, after just one night, after a very short time, you guys, they lose everything, even if they fall into debt. It's hard to accept, right? And we humans have never accepted. I am the loser. When they lose, they want to win. They want to make money. To confirm, let's show the path everyone they chose was right. And for people who have a big ego, the easier it is to get attached here. And in the end, they're ready to be burned into the fire. Just for once, luck, and prove that I'm right. But in the end, they couldn't turn and lead to tragic endings, as in part I said before about my friend's story, and there's lots of other reasons. But in my opinion, it's the same. So we only have these 4 main reasons. It's hard to give up gambling, and I'll summarize it for everyone as follows. The first is the habit mechanism. It's made by hormones, the neurotic stuff. The second is the mechanism of expectation and greed. The third is the psychology of defrauding in the hope of removing the debt. And finally, it's the mentality of expecting to be respected by others after you've won and can make a lot of money. So when we get to the root of it, what's pulling us in a place like this? Now we have to find a way to cut it off. This root, then whatever method to apply, that we can remove, and we've got enough momentum to be able to give up. Today I just shared the 4 main root causes that you can't give up gambling. And in the next video, I'll share with you how to get rid of these. The root of this habit. From there, you come up with a plan, a method. How can you stop the habit of gambling? Thank you, and see you in the next video.